So today I'm here at High Proof in Fullerton, California. And there are a ton of liquor stores here in Southern California. But this new store has disrupted the market with their low pricing. It's even disrupted my schedule. This store is about 50 minutes away from my house. And if you've ever drove or traveled here, you know that's 50 minutes of frustration. So I don't like to drive, but as you guys will see, the prices and the service, it's gonna make it absolutely worth it. And it's worth it for me to travel here about once every 2 weeks just to see what's up and just to say hi, because you know what? Those guys there, they're cool guys. So, and first I'm gonna give you the overview of the store. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit of the zoom by, and then I'll give you the details of the pricing and all the good stuff that they have. All right. So you can see here on the left already in the glass cage, you got the allocated stuff with the great bourbons. Here you got the good scotches as well. You got a lot of good stuff. On the left, you got the shelfers, which is always great. And then here is the bourbon, what you guys are here to see. So again, I'm zooming by some Mictors, some Redwood Empires, and beautiful barrels, all are right in the middle. You got the Benchmark series in the bottom, you got the Bardstown in the middle, you got the Maker's Mark on the left, some Knob Creek, you got some Smoked Wagon, some Murray Hill Club, the 1792s, the Old Elks, all beautiful right there on the left side. You got the Basil Headings with the belt, you got the Russell's Reserves, the Wilderness Trail, you got the Old Forester Whiskey Roll Series and everything else down on the bottom. You got the Jack Daniels to the left, some Garrison Brothers, and to the right over here, you got a little bit of Westward Whiskey from Washington, Del Box from Arizona, OGD on the bottom, and some Widow Janes. So let's get right to it. First up is going to be the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend coming in at 180 by itself, and the bundle with the triple cast coming in at 250. And those are some great prices. Now, I'm going to compare most of these to Total Wine prices because that's the biggest chain here in Southern California that a lot of people go to. So you'll see what the savings are compared to that. And as you can see, the cigar blend is usually about $195 at Total Wine, and the triple cast comes in at $90. So you're already saving $15 on the cigar blend alone if you can find it. Or if you buy the combo, it's $285 at Total Wine, or $35 savings if you buy it here at High Proof. So that's already a lot of savings. And again, they have a couple. So hey, that's actually probably half the battle, right? Finding it. And next up is going to be the Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs, the A124 coming in. It says $69, but if you look online, it actually says $60. And the B524, which it actually states $75, but if you look online, their updated pricing is $69. So they'll honor the online pricing. So make sure you get that one. And if you go to the counter, it should actually update to the lower pricing. They just haven't updated that label. So always look on their website to see what the pricing is. Again, at Total Wine, the barrel proofs come at $75. So you're going to save $15 on the A124 and about $6 on the B524. So again, that's about 10% to 20% savings depending on which batch you get. And that's a lot of money. Next up is going to be the Larceny Barrel Proof Batch B524 coming in at $55, which is probably the best price in town. And right next to it is the Wild Turkey Generations coming in at $530. I know the MSRP is $450, so it's a little high, but it's still here. I believe they have 2 bottles at the time when I visited. So if you want one, it's there. Now for me, it's a little too rich, so I passed on that. The next bottle you'll see is the Peerless Double Oak Batch 10 coming in at 108.8 proof, coming in at $75. Again, it's hard to find, but they do have, I believe, about 4 to 6 bottles in stock. They might actually have more in the bag. So, but that's a great price. You can see Cypress Craft has it for $85, which is $10 more, or about 13% savings if you just come to High Proof. So that's a nice savings. Next up is going to be Bardstown Discovery Series number 11 coming in at $130. Again, probably the best price in town that I could find. And Bardstown Single Barrel picked by Top Shelf Wine and Spirits. Now that's at $65. I'm not really sure about the pricing because you don't see many Bardstown single barrels left anymore. So This is going to be one of the few stores in town that has it currently. So if you're nearby and need another Bardstown single barrel, here it is. And here you can see the Frank August Case Study 1, the Mizunara, and the Case Study 3, the Winter Rye, both around basically $130. I believe they have more Mizunara in the back, but not really sure. And then next to it was the Booker's Springfield batch, which was the first batch of 2024, coming in at $90, which is pretty average. All right, let's move on to the non-glass or whiskeys on the shelf. And this is where it gets a lot of fun and the prices get really good. So first up is the Pike's Blood, $40, which is a good price. But to the right, you're going to see the Four-Gate Calvin Collaboration 5 at $170. First, you don't see that around a lot because that came out, I believe, 2 years ago. And you don't see it for $170. So if you're looking for one, here it is. $170, great price. And then you got the Michter's, the standard lineup, the bourbon, the American, the straight rye, the single barrel, and the sour mash, all at $30. That is the best price I've seen ever. I mean, again, I'm going to compare it to Total Wine, but it's $40 to $46 depending on which one you get. That's a savings of $10 to $16 or 25 to 35% over, the prices over there. That's a big savings. So if you love these standard bottles, here it is, $30 a pop. Next, you got the Murray Hill Club from Joseph Magnus coming in at $80 and the Triple Cask coming in at $70. Now, I did a review of the Murray Hill Club versus the special release, and even at $95, it was a great bottle. I absolutely love it. I recommend it to a lot of people. But at $80, it's almost a borderline strong buy. I almost picked up a backup right here. And then the Triple Cask at $70, the fruit, the spice, the little bit of chocolate. It's definitely worth the money. And then I got to the Green Rivers. It's $30 for the bourbon, the rye, and the wheated. Now, I didn't see any wheated here, so they might have been sold out, but they might have some of them back. And then the foolproof that everyone's raving about at $44. And that's probably, the best price I've seen in a long time. The cheapest I've seen that's not here is about $50. So again, the pricing here is unbelievable. And then next to it is going to be the Widow Jane. You got the 10-year, the $750 coming at $60. You got the 375, the half size coming at $35. You got the new Baby Jane, the Heirloom Corn coming in at $40, and the Widow Jane Lucky 13 coming in at $95. That's crazy pricing because if you see Costco sells it for $96. So they're literally selling it for cheaper than Costco, and you don't need to pay a membership to get it. So that's awesome. And the next notable bottles I saw was the Ben Holiday Soft Red Wheat Bottled in Bond coming in at $52, and the 6-year Bottled in Bond coming in at $55. Now, I wasn't going to go over the Westward whiskeys, the American Single Malt, because I actually never really had any of these. I'm not really sure how good they are, but the pricing seems like a mistake. So let's go from left to right. The left one is the single barrel selection, and here it's $60. At Total Wine, it's $125, as you can see, less than half. What is that? And then the second one, or the purple one, the cask strength here, it's $80, and Total Wine is $102 or $22 less. I actually don't know what the middle one is, so I couldn't compare. And then the fourth one, or the ruby red one, is a Pinot Noir cask finish coming at $70, while Total Wine has it for $140 or half the cost over there. What's going on? And then the very right is the stout cask coming in at $70, while Total Wine has it on sale for $110. So it's $40 less. So if you're into Westward whiskeys and you don't want to pay the $140 or $110 that Total Wine has, well, here's your chance. Again, they ship to, I believe, all of California. So if you're living in the state, you can get these at these amazing prices. And then you got the Old Elks at, again, really nice prices. I was really tempted by the double wheat, so the next time I go, I probably will get that one. And then you got the Fortuna, which is the rare character blended series. You got the, the 102 proof one and the barrel proof one coming in at $75 and $100 respectively. And then you got the OGD, or the Old Granddad series, the bonded coming in at $22 and the 114 coming in at $29. And next to it is the newer series. You got the rye, the bourbon, the single barrels, all that good stuff. For me, the most notable one was the malted rye, the aged 6 years on the left, coming in at $70. I really never see those around, and so I'm really tempted to pick that up. And then you got the Garrison Brothers Now, I don't know much about Garrison Brothers. I haven't had any nor bought any, so I don't know how good these prices are. So let me know in the comments. Are these good prices? And speaking of comments, if you're enjoying this content, it would mean a ton to me if you would like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Not only does it help the video, but it really does make me feel great and makes me want to make more videos. And I absolutely want to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members. Thank you so much. And if you guys do go to High Proof because of this video, let them know David from Whiskey Bake sent you. Next up is going to be the High West Cask Collection series. Now, this seems like a rebranded of the single barrels that they used to have. Now, from left to right, it's bourbon finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels, Chardonnay barrels, and the Barbados rum barrels, all at $65. Now, I'm not a huge fan of finished bourbon, so I haven't picked any of these up. But for people that have, they actually really like it. So next up is going to be the Whistle Pigs, the 12-year Old World Rye coming at $125, the Farm Stock Rye coming in at $60, and the Camp Stock Wheat Whiskey coming in at $65. Again, great prices, especially the Old World Rye. At Total Wine, that's $145, so you're saving $20 from that if you're into that whiskey. And the next notable bottles were the RY3 whiskey series or the Rye series. They're coming in at $75 to $65 depending on the cask finish. And you got the Old Louisville 7-year-old coming in at $95. Now, this is the motivation for this video. I just still can't believe this pricing. So they have the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof whiskey at $53. And as you can see, it's 132.5 proof. And the single barrel proof rye coming in again at $53. And this one is 130.2 proof. Not only is the proof high, but the prices are low. And that is amazing. So I bought these already over here, and you know what? I'm enjoying every drop, especially at this wonderful prices. It makes everything taste better when you can get stuff for cheap. And then here we got the Wild Turkey series, the rare breed at $55, the Kentucky Spirit single barrels, which are discontinued at $50, and then the rare breed rye at $55. And then of course it transitioned to the Russell's Reserve, the 10-year-old at $37, the single barrel rye at $60, and the 6-year-old at $40, which again are great prices. And then the Russell's Reserve single barrel bourbon coming in at $60. And then next to it, you got the Barrel Bourbon Batch 36 coming in at $75. And that is a great pricing because again, Total Wine has it for $89. It's a $14 savings. That's a pretty big difference. I still don't know how High Proof stays in business, how they sell it so much cheaper than Total Wine, and yet they could do this. It's actually kind of crazy. The next to that is going to be the Barrel Vantage, the Barrel Tale of Two Islands, and then the Batch 35, anywhere between $70 to $80 depending on which one you get. And then you got the Barrel Rye Batch number 4 at $75, and the Dovetail at $70, the Seagrass at $70, the Mizuner at $75, and the Barrel Foundation at $44. Now, all the barrels are around $10 to $15 cheaper than Total Wine. So if you're looking for a barrel product, come to High Proof. And then the Old Forester Whiskey Row series, the 1910 and 1920 both at $50, the 1897 Bottled and Bond coming in at $48, and the 1870 Original Badge coming in at $45. And then moving on to the Bardstown, you got the Collaborative series coming in at $65. You got the 4-square one that's coming in at $130. The Origin series Bottled and Bond, the Wheated, which one I absolutely love, coming in at $40, which is an amazing price. And then the Origin series Rye coming in at $53. They also have some of the hard to find Bardstown ones, the Goose Island Collaborative series at $130, the Amrod coming at $135. And so if you're looking for those at decent prices, here they are. And then you got the Benchmark series, the small batch, the single barrel, the full proof, and top 4, all at $20. And then you got the Knob Creek, the 9-year-old coming in at $35, the regular 100 proof, the store or the single barrel reserve or the 120 proof coming in at $52, and the 12-year-old coming in at $50, which is cheaper than the 9, which is crazy because I love the 12-year-old. So I actually bought a couple of it. So yeah, you're not gonna find a better price than that. And then you got the good old Maker's Mark coming in at $18, the 46 cask strength coming in at $65, the regular cask strength coming in at $40, and the 101, the limited release, coming in at $35. And then right next to it is going to be the 1792 bottled and bond for 45 and the full proof for 44, which not only is it hard to find, but it's that the pricing is fantastic. No bundles, no nothing like that. And then you got the Heaven Hill bottled and bond at $33 and the Baker's 7 at $50, which I know is the best pricing in town. After that, you got the smoked wagons, you got the uncut unfiltered at 64, the small batch at 50. Now, I don't recommend getting the smoke wagon ryes. I just don't think their ryes are as good as their bourbons, but if you're into them, here it is, the bottled and bond for $59 and the malted rye coming at $69. You got the Redwood Empire, the standard lineup, the Pipe Dream, Emerald Giant, and the Last Monarch, all coming in around $30. And then next to it is the cask strength version of them, all coming in at $65, which is absolutely worth it and is a great price. So afterwards, Roy, the owner, invited me to a little tasting. So he was actually picking out a Knob Creek rye single barrel. And so he asked me to try the 3 barrels or the 3 barrels or the 3 samples to see which one I liked best. I give him my opinion. Hopefully he picks that one. We'll see how it goes. But this is actually going to be closer to a 9-year Knob Creek rye single barrel. Usually Knob Creek ryes come in around 6 to 7 years. And so this is going to be a banger. This is going to be a great one. But thank you guys for watching. You know what? It feels like I'm almost advertising or I'm highlighting high proof too much, which I am. But look at these prices. How can I not? I'll be honest with you, if there's a different store that does these type of pricing or is, giving consumers great pricing, I will also go there and advertise and mention them a lot, because let's be honest, because of high proof, there's other stores in the area that's matching their prices or lowering their prices because they know, hey, we got to compete. And when everyone lowers their prices, well, we win. And I want to be able to get great whiskeys at great prices, and high proof is helping. So those kind of liquor stores, I will always try to promote. Thank you again. And thank you to my Patreon YouTube members. You guys are always wonderful. You guys support me so much. I know the Discord community is small because we don't have too much members, but hey, it's a lot of fun. So I like to keep it small. But yeah, thank you guys so much again. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.